What's up everyone, Spike Robert here with another video, and this time it's going to be another entry in my Games I Don't Enjoy Playing series. And the game we're going to talk about today is Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 5 is the fifth installment in the Resident Evil franchise that was released on March 5th, 2009 in Japan, March 12th in Australia, and the day after in both North America and Europe for the Xbox 360 and PS3. I'm not even going to bother with the PC release because I haven't played it there. I played it on the Xbox 360. I hate to say it, but I didn't really enjoy this game all that much. So, let's find out why. However, I will say the story is actually pretty fucking good. It is about Chris, who's part of the BSAA, which is an organization that is trying to fight bioterrorism. And he is stationed in West Africa alongside his new partner, whose name is Shiva. They not only have to deal with zombies all over the area, but Chris's old partner Jill might be alive. I really do like the characters of both Chris and Shiva. They do make a pretty good team. I also really enjoyed the directions the story went into. It is a damn good story. Too bad the gameplay is pretty fucking bad. Oh boy, let's get to that. I will say though, it is marginally better than Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. A good chunk of the enemies actually do drop ammo that you can fill up on when you shoot them. The zombies drop certain items, including ammo when you shoot them, and health herbs and and stuff like that. However, much like that game, you're very limited on how much ammo you have. It also doesn't help that every time you play certain parts of the levels, the items that appear are not always the same. This is a game that if you play long enough, you can understand how it works, and it can be fun at times, but it never feels fun or intuitive all the way through. The way I see it is that this game tried to be more of a third-person shooter, but still retain elements of the survival horror genre, and that the previous games were known for. I think these things just don't really mesh that well. To give you an idea of what my experience was like, there were multiple times where I ran out of ammo and had no way of attacking my enemies. I could never get the knife to work the way I wanted it to. I think it is fucking broken, at least on the Xbox 360. It seems to be a version exclusive bug. While yes, you can buy more guns, you cannot buy more ammo for them. That is total bullshit. This actually was an issue in Resident Evil 4 from what I can tell, and unfortunately it has not changed for this game. Who in their right mind thought this was an acceptable way to design the game? That is something that I will never know. It's like buying a car, but for some reason you can't get gas for it at a gas station, so you have to use a gasoline tank that you bought at a store. It's not very intuitive. I will say the first few chapters are really fun, but by chapter 4, the game really starts to go downhill. You really start to see the flaws in the game, and the enemies become way more fucking annoying. I also really hate the red monster bastards that appear in chapter 5. They take way too much ammo to kill, and they could really kill you. They take a good chunk of your health down. Also, in order to restore your health, you have to get herbs or a health spray. And if you don't have those things, you're fucked. But if you do have them, you have to manually go to the menu and select equip, and then hit the X button to restore you and your partner's health. It does work. However, it is not very intuitive to pull off. The main problem is that if you get attacked by an enemy, the menu will disappear and you have to open it up all over again. That is fucking annoying. But none of these issues compare to the boss in chapter 5.3. I think that's what it's. It is the two-way boss with Jill and some other guy. Yeah, Jill turns on them. But Shiva is the one who fights Jill, mostly. You have to fight this guy. I'm just gonna say it. God damn this guy. He is fucking annoying. He's an awful boss to fight. The only way to attack this guy is to shoot him when he's distracted. You do this a few times, and then you go up to him and perform an attack on him. The problem is that if you shoot him normally, he will just avoid it and try to attack you. His attacks take a good chunk of your health down, but actually pulling off the attack on him when he is incapacitated is very hard to do. I don't think I was able to do it once. You have to button mash the X button, but you have to do it in a strict time limit to do it, to be able to do it. First of all, button mashing is not a fucking good way to perform a special attack. No other game does it this way. Second of all, making it so that you have a time limit on attacking him makes it a lot harder to pull it off. It makes the fight go on longer. Don't even bother accusing me of sucking at the game. I know what you're supposed to do. But just because I know what you're supposed to do doesn't mean it's a fun or well-designed boss. Just because a boss is hard doesn't mean it's a good boss. I tried and I tried, but I cannot beat this guy. I really tried to get into the series, but I came to the unfortunate conclusion that the Resident Evil games are just not my cup of tea. There are some really good ideas here, but when it comes to actual game design, arguably the most important part of any game, I found that there were a lot of problems that just watered down the experience for me. If you are willing to look past these problems and you still like these games, that is totally fine. I'm not saying that you shouldn't like them. I'm simply stating why I don't like these games. Besides, I really wanted to like them, but I don't. Yeah, I don't really know what to tell you guys. I didn't really enjoy this game that much. It is a little bit better than Resident Evil Operation Raccoon, but that's not really saying much. Anyway, I'm Spike Robot. If you like this video, you can subscribe to my channel, and feel free to support me on Patreon, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. I'll see you next time on the Freedom Jingos.